to talk. I have to tell you about, well, first of all, my name's Jen and I live in Anchorage, Alaska, and I want to tell you about my friends Mitch and Shalem and why they deserve to be recognized on your show. So Mitch and Shalem are two photographers. They are engaged, same-sex couple, and they own Treff Pump Studio here in Anchorage, Alaska. And I'd like to show you a project that they've been working on and why, I'd like to explain to you why I think they're deserving of recognition on your show. Okay, this is Mitch and Shalem. Mitch there on the left, Shalem on the right. So one day, Shalem was doing a head shoot for some professionals here in Anchorage, and one of the women approached him and asked him if he would do photos of her and her same-sex partner. And Shalem was like, of course I'll do your photos, why wouldn't I? And she said, well, you know, we've been to a couple of different photographers here in Anchorage, and they turned us down because we're a same-sex couple. So Shalem went over to the front desk here at the studio, and he told Mitch, and Mitch said, that's outrageous. Something needs to be done about this. And so he went online on Facebook, and he started this Love is Love Facebook page. And he said, hey, any couples out there that would like to have their photos taken? I want to do this Love is Love project in response to the negativity that is happening with photographers here in Anchorage, to show that love is love. Couples are couples, regardless of gender. And so they got over 28 responses from people in the Anchorage area, and they began shooting images of them to, you know, promote this idea that we should tolerate and love each other regardless of the type of couple, you know, that we're around. So they did the Love is Love project. They started that out, and it just kind of, like one of the photographers that works with them, she said it just exploded, right? So it did. It just exploded, and they did they hosted a First Friday art event here in Anchorage, and over 600 people from the Anchorage community showed up. If you know Anchorage, Alaska, that's a lot of people for Anchorage. So people came and they looked at all the art on the walls of all the different, you know, same-sex couples and read about their story. And then these images started to they started to appear all over town at different cafes and lounges. And so you know, a picture really does say, you know, more than 1,000 words, because these images were a sort of a message to people in the community that love is love, and simply that. So so they have these books that they made, and I'll show you some more images from the book of the different couples, all ages, all nationalities, ethnicities, and so they tell their story here. So that's that. That's actually myself and my spouse, Nicole, who is 8 months pregnant. And they did a maternity shoot for us as well. So, Alaska Native couple. So they went everywhere with this, and they did a really good job. So there's more in there too. So that's the Love is Love book. And so where you come in is that right now Mitch and Shalem, they're down in the States. They're traveling and taking pictures of couples. I think today they're in Oklahoma. And they actually get married 10 days after they return from their trip. So they're dedicating all of their energy to other couples to help tell their story. But I think we need to turn that camera around and put the camera on them. Someone has to tell their story. I think that they're truly doing an altruistic thing here. They're putting others before themselves. And they should be planning for their wedding right now, and they're not. So that's just amazing to me. I mean, from someone who planned for a year for their wedding. So they wanted me to DJ their wedding. I can't. I've got some military duties obligations to do. So I think it would be so powerful if you could help them, give them some recognition, and possibly help them get a DJ for their wedding. I mean, right now they're down to speakers and an iPad, and that's unacceptable. They deserve more than that. They're spending money out of their own pocket to go down to the States and complete their project, because it's a meaningful project to them, and it's a really powerful message that they're spreading across the United States. So I know you're all about, giving recognition where it's due, and and saying thank you to deserving people. I think that these two guys are deserving people, and I'm not going to cry, but I will say that I will give you 25 push-ups on camera nationwide if you recognize these guys and give them a phenomenal wedding. Thank you.